What did you think you were really good at until you saw someone who was actually really good at it? My dad likes gardening and loves his plumeria. He has about 30. He recently found a local plumeria club on Facebook and went to a meetup. He was the only one there with less than 100. My mother has stopped complaining about him having too many plumeria. Ping pong. I made the mistake of playing an old guy that hangs out at one of the bars and he ducking wrecked me. It wasn't even close. He returned all of my best serves effortlessly and would put the craziest spin on all of his shots. He gave me good advice afterwards and told me I play too fast for my own good. I bought him a drink and shamefully went back to my friends. When I studied in China the first time I had a host family. My host mom would decimate me while smoking a cigarette and chatting to her friends. I can see the picture in my head. Did she look like this? I knew it would be Kung Fu Hustle. Thank God for that movie. I thought I was pretty good at Tetris. People who saw me play were quite impressed. Then I started playing Tetris 99. Turns out I'm not that good. Holy same, I played on a computer website and got a high score of 3 million, then looked up the high score on the website, it was like 500 million. Still pretty good at Tetris, not pro level though. 3 million is still really good if you mean the official Tetris website. Rip Tetris with friends. I began piano lessons at an early age, 5. And my parents and my teacher made me believe I was some kind of fabulous child prodigy. I later found out I was merely a worm compared to real pianists. But I did enjoy playing the piano, so there's that. There's a ton of studies which dictate that praising your kids' hard work, praising your kids' skills, keeps them practicing and doesn't make them believe they are somehow way better than others due to some innate ability, etc. or something. Okay, bye. Yes, so they learn the key to success is in the effort and work getting there, not the talent alone. That way they apply the same mindset to everything and can achieve in things they are not naturally talented in. Table tennis. We had a table at work, and so I started playing anytime I could, with whoever I could. I'd played a little when I was a kid, so picked it back up quickly and started getting half decent. Eventually, I started playing with one coworker fairly regularly. He was good, no doubt. At first he was clearly just volleying with me, not actually putting it away when he'd get the chance. This made it more fun for me to be sure, and offered me great practice. Anyway, after about a year, I'd gotten to the point where I could cream everybody I'd play with ease, except him. And our games had elevated drastically, to the point of all-out smashing the ball back and forth standing 10 feet away from the table. And I actually started winning some games every now and then. I was ecstatic. Well, one day, after losing a pretty heated game to me, and me being just a little bit pompous about it, my table tennis buddy co-worker pulls a total Inigo Montoya on me, flips the paddle from his left hand, which he 100% consistently used when playing against me, into his right and says to me, "You know I'm right-handed, right?" I did not. Nor did I ever win another game against him. The part that I love about this is that he started out playing against you with his left hand, one day waiting for that "I'm not left-handed" payoff. And he must have felt so good delivering that line. He waited a year. That is the real trick. Yeah, he is great at ping pong, but waiting that long is a feat. Hiking. I honestly thought I'd be one tough mother ducker, canceling my apartment and going into the big wide world of Scandinavia, Faroe and Iceland with only my backpack and sleeping outside. Then I met a guy who just came back from a 700 km glacier hike at 40°C in Greenland who came to Faroes just to recover. Sadly, that guy became my partner, and he had shown me in so many occasions of what my body is literally not able to endure, that I had to readjust my whole self-image. I eat more chocolate now. Edit this as us. I am a better whistler than maybe 98% of the population, but compared to a world-class whistler I sound like a corpse fart. Edit, holy crud. I need to come back to this when I'm not drunk. Corpse Fart is my new band name. I got dibs. First album title, Taste the Smell. Edit, thank you. First gold, and of course it's about smelly farts. Skiing. Thought I was the quickest of the quick, craving perfect parallel lines, living my life on the edge. Nope, ski team whizzed by me when I thought I was going fast. Turns out, I'm just a buffoon on two planks snowplowing around ungracefully. In 2015 for spring break took my daughter to Sugarloaf in Maine. US National Ski Championships were held that week. We were on the slopes with members of US National Ski Team. A typical recreational skier may go 20 miles per hour on a steep slope. Racers warming up for events would pass you going 60 miles per hour on those slopes. Amazing to watch, and humbling too. 8-ball and 9-ball. I had a table at home and would practice while watching TV. No one could beat me. In college I'd play a $1 a ball, everyone owed me money. Then I played someone that regularly entered tournaments. I was lucky if I got to shoot because he was running the table every game. Friends of mine had a pool table in their apartment and thought they were pretty good. They were out at a bar with tables and there was an older guy playing alone, but only using one arm to shoot. They asked him why and he said, "It's too easy with both arms," and they watched him run the table, twice, without missing a shot. The guy who was basically my billiards coach, neither of us are pro but you wouldn't want to bar bet us as a team, regularly plays me one-handed. Honestly it's more fun for us both, and he usually wins. Guy's a virtuoso with a Q. He also probably saved my life by giving me a hobby and friendship in a dark time, so there that. Programming. Learned a lot in college and at my first job. I switched based on my skills, came to new company, met my senior who was incredibly talented and realized I have a long way to go. Guitar Hero. I never met anyone who could beat me, then I saw a dude on YouTube 100% bark at the moon with his back to the screen and I'm done. I had a friend who was an overall shitty dude. Obnoxious, rude, selfish, and a big baby. Turns out he's incredible with video games and also a good musician. He's made music that regularly got tens of thousands of views with no advertising and no connections. He won first a major US citywide Guitar Hero competition and has been Grandmaster on Overwatch. But again, dude was really self-centered and not in the I'm better than you way. But just like eats all the appetizers at a party or crashed parties or asked for stuff constantly when he was busy. Borrowed things without asking, not stealing because he would bring them back. And specifically I remember sleeping over at his house as a kid and he wouldn't let me play any games with him, and when it was bedtime, he had me sleep on the floor and literally gave me his pants to cover up with as a blanket. Just really stupid, childish. Haven't spoken to him in years. But he would shred you in any game. Edit, before anyone mentions autism again, please see the 50+ comments of people who said that before you got here. I don't know if he had autism. Doesn't sound like it to me. I understand what a spectrum is and I'm not 100% sure as I didn't study autism as my life's work. As a 23-year-old birder, it's humbling to be beside a retired 70-plus-year-old who can see birds where none seem to be, and identify them. The human ability for subconscious pattern recognition is truly amazing. You'll get there, it just takes time. I've come to the realization that I'm very mediocre at a lot of things. I can do most anything, just not well. Versatility is useful though, and everything seems to level up at similar rates. Stick with lots of stuff and you can be pretty good, not great at everything. Thank you for this. Another thing I'm just mediocre at, and I should really get better at, is selling myself. Driving. Everyone thinks they're a good driver. Sit along with a professional driver as they go through a course, and then try to do the same? So humbling. As a professional driver, I can't tell you how many times people in high school jabbed and poked at me to street race against them. I always turned it down because you spend your childhood at a racetrack and you learn how dangerous an idiot behind the wheel can be. Finally, one summer I got fed up with it and invited the usual suspects to a local karting track that had kart rentals available. I told them if they beat me, I'd cover their rentals for the night, not cheap, and buy them dinner on the drive back. They were obviously thrilled to take the bet. Before the 8 or so minute race had ended, I had lapped them both twice and smashed the monthly track record by a good 2 seconds. Not going to lie, it felt really good. Edit: I definitely didn't expect this to get any traction at all. I've got a big work day tomorrow so I can't really respond to everyone, but thank you so much for the silver. Math. I'm a theoretical physicist, and I always felt I was pretty good at math in undergrad. Then I met the professor I'm working for right now. One of my life goals is to become at least 34 as good at theoretical physics as he is. Then I met Ed Witten. Then I read some papers by Freeman Dyson. Damn. It's so crazy how high the math ceiling goes. You prove an elegant solution, then find a paper that does that plus uses that to prove 80 different things all in notation that is as foreign to me as Russian. Math is fun.